Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. In the last part, Sora's homeworld got destroyed, and now we're here in Traverse Town, seemingly just wandering around until we find other stuff. Now that was the first battle I'm properly editing out. That doesn't happen too often in the LP, but there are times I'll do that. There are times I'll speed it up like I mentioned last time, mostly for flow reasons. Since that one was just shadows, and we have to get a move on to a specific place right now anyway, I figured I'd just move past it. Doesn't look like he's here. Keep looking. Gosh, bossy, Dolan. Not much of a reason to come in here besides that scene, because there's just several doors you can enter in Traverse Town, and Dolan and Gooby will show up and be like, oh, where is he? Also, I didn't even mean to call them Dolan and Gooby there. That's just kind of what I default to calling them. Heck, I actively did a practice run for this LP in a different way than usual. Around the same time I started recording this, was doing a playthrough with a group of friends on Proud Mode, and I just defaulted to calling them Dolan and Gooby there too, and that's just what the entire friend group calls them now, because, well, whoopsie. This here is Traverse Town's 3rd district. There's not much here for us now, but just keep this place in mind for later. The annoying thing is there's not really a quick way back to the 1st district from here outside of going back through the 2nd district. For now, there will be a way that cuts between the two eventually, involving this lock here. So I might as well take this moment while I'm fighting these shadows to actively talk about my history with the game. Kingdom Hearts 1 was actually not the first Kingdom Hearts I played, nor was it the first one I heard about. Somehow, I completely missed the commercials and marketing for Kingdom Hearts 1 specifically. The first game of the series I remember seeing ads for it all was Chain of Memories. I think that would have been on like Disney Channel and Cartoon Network at the time, period. But the first game I outwardly suck out and played was Kingdom Hearts 2. Which was a little weird when it came to the story, I won't lie, but I got used to it. Also, I don't know why it genuinely took me until around the release of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance to realize that fountain was a reference to the Lady and the Tramp. I guess growing up, I just never paid too close of attention to that specific region of Traverse Town, and when it was in the background, I just never really looked too closely at the shapes of it or something like that, but that took me a good while to notice. Yeah, though, while I started with Kingdom Hearts 2, I quickly made my way backwards and played the other 2 games in the series prior to that. I want to say I got Kingdom Hearts 1 for relatively cheap at like the excess bin or the discount bin at a Target at the time, so that would have been like, what, 2005, 2006? Helps that I didn't have a PS2 until around 2005 or 6 to begin with, because the game that got me my PS2, as I've said in several other LPs, namely I think the Ape Escapes and Sly Cooper games, was Sly 3, of all things. Still haven't found him? Keep your chin up. Take another look around town. You can also shop for some accessories with Sid right now, and while there are some that might help you if you've gotten enough money from the nearby shadows, it's not really worth it just yet.
They'll come at you out of nowhere.
Who are you?
And they'll keep on coming at you, as long as you continue to wield the Keyblade. But why? Why would it choose a kid like you?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Never mind. Now, let's see that Keyblade.
What? There's no way you're getting this.
Alright, then have it your way.
Surprise boss battle against Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. This fight is a little bit rough, but also really easy at the same time, because this is a fight you can either win or lose. You continue on the game no matter what. Attack-wise, Squall doesn't got too much going on. He can just swing his sword downwards at you. He can do a sideways swing as well, which you can repel both of those with a well-timed Keyblade swing. The attack that's really dangerous is when he casts Faraga, so he'll stand still and start casting a fire spell. That homes in on you to an extent, but you can avoid it relatively easily by repelling it back at him to stun him.
Now you're gonna...
Oh, you're slipping, Leon.
I went easy on him. Looks like things are worse than we thought. A lot worse.
am I? Sora! Kyrie!
Gosh, there's nobody here. Sure is spooky.
Actually, I'm not scared.
Excuse me. Did the king send you?
Come on, lazy bum. Wake up. You okay?
I guess.
Those creatures that attacked you are after the Keyblade. But it's your heart they really want. Because you wield the Keyblade.
I'm so glad that you're okay, Kyrie.
Kyrie? Who are you talking about? I'm the great ninja Yuffie. I think you might have overdone it, Squall.
That's Leon.
The Keyblade.
Yeah, we had to get it away from you to shake off those creatures. It turns out that's how they were tracking you.
It was the only way to conceal your heart from them. But it won't work for long. Still, hard to believe that you, of all people, are the chosen one. Well, I suppose beggars can't be choosers.
Why don't you start making sense? What's going on here?
Okay. You know there are many other worlds out there, besides your castle and this town, right?
Yeah?
But they're supposed to be a secret.
They've been secret, because they've never been connected. Until now. When the Heartless came, everything changed.
The Heartless?
The ones who attacked you, you remember?
Those without hearts.
The darkness in people's hearts. That's what attracts them.
And there is darkness within every heart.
Hey, have you heard of someone named Ansem?
And Sam?
He was studying the Heartless. He recorded all of his findings in a very detailed report.
Gosh, can we see it?
Its pages are scattered everywhere.
Scattered?
Too many worlds.
Oh, then maybe the king went to find them.
Yes, those were my thoughts exactly.
We've got to find him quick.
Red! First we need the key.
That's right. The Keyblade.
So, this is the key.
Exactly.
The Heartless have great fear of the Keyblade. That's why they'll keep coming after you, no matter what.
Well, I didn't ask for this.
The Keyblade chooses its master, and it chose you.
So, tough luck.
How did all this happen? I remember being in my room. Wait a minute! What happened to my home? My island? Riku! Kyrie!
You know what? I really don't know.
Well, that's depressing, but good to see some familiar faces if you're a Final Fantasy fan. Looks like it's locked, but if we finally use the save point over here for one thing and talk to Yuffie over here... I've heard that the Keyblade can open all sorts of locks. Give it a try the next time you find a treasure chest or door lock. Think of this as an adventure. I'm sure this screen cap hasn't been used in plentiful memes. Upon talking to her like that, we can now unlock various locks we've seen throughout Traverse Town as well as many other locks moving forward. What I'm doing right now is jumping on this dresser and hitting the clock, because if I get into, I believe, I think it's like the 7 o'clock point, a treasure chest will spawn in the room. So let's talk voice actors really quick. Squall in this game is played by David Boreanaz, who If you're familiar with live-action TV dramas that were popular in the late 90s, early 2000s, should be pretty familiar, because that's Angel from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, as well as his own spin-off, as well as Seeley Booth from the crime drama Bones that ran for a long time there. Meanwhile, his Japanese VA is Hideo Ishikawa, who outside of Squall/Leon here also plays Orin in FF10, Blizzard Wolfang, Randy Turtlein in Mega Man XX, Itachi Naruto, Ukitake in Bleach, and is the voice of Ketshi in the FF7 universe. Sooner or later, the Heartless will find you. You'd best prepare yourself. Prepare myself? To fight for your life. Are you ready? I guess so. Yuffie, let's go join Aerith. She should be there by now with the other visitors. Leon!
Yuffie, go!
Yuffie!
Sora, let's go!
Don't bother with the small fry. Find the leader. Let's go! Now we get introduced to our second Heartless now that we finally heard these enemies' names. This is a soldier. They are much more threatening in groups than the Shadows could ever hope to be. They got a standard couple of physical attacks, namely a right and left-handed attack. But their big thing that you should be afraid of is whenever they glow or otherwise jump, as they can do several aerial kicks that do a surprising amount of damage for this early in the game, especially on Proud Mode, which saying that might as well be a drinking game because that's a lot of things. You can repel some of their attacks with well-timed Keyblade swings, but while you can get tech points off of some of them, it's really not worth it. I'd actually recommend avoiding them more often than not. They are worth more experience, though. And now the tense music is done. Oh no, there it is again. So our goal right now is actively to reach the 3rd district in Traverse Town again. If you haven't been there before, you need to go to my right now through the alley on the eastern side of the 2nd district here. With that said, there is something for us to grab back in the 1st district again now that we've seen all those cutscenes, so we're going to head back there first. In the meanwhile, let's talk about some more voice actors. I guess we could start with Donald and Goofy. They're voiced by Tony Anselmo and Bill Farmer, respectively. If you've grown up from the 90s beyond, these are the Donald and Goofy voices you're familiar with. They've been voicing the characters both since the late 80s, I believe was when they first started, like 87 or so. Yuffie, on the other hand, is voiced by Christy Carlson Romano, who, outside of her time as Yuffie during this and the Advent Children era for 7, was also notably the voice of Kim Possible. The 1st district is secure. If you run into trouble, come back here. Otherwise, a lot of people would recognize Christy Carlson Romano for playing Ren Stevens in the Even Stevens back in the early 2000s. So you're the Keyblade Master. Please be careful. And you get a Mega Potion for talking to Aerith right here. Notably, Mega Potions are potions that work on the entire party, so they restore 30 HP to every party member that's active. Yuffie's Japanese voice actor is Yumi Kakazu, who started voicing the character in the PS1 fighting game Air Guys God Bless the Ring, which is a stupid time but a fun time. They're also the voice of Anzu/Taya in Yu-Gi-Oh!, Kula Diamond in The King of Fighters, Jasmine in Pokemon, and is often Shizuka in Doraemon nowadays. Aerith in this game is voiced in English by singer Mandy Moore, who also voiced Rapunzel in Disney's Tangled and any other appearances of that character. With that said, this is her only time voicing Aerith. Future versions of the character were voiced either by Andrea Bowen or Mina Suvari prior to the remake, Brianna White being her modern-day VA. Aerith's Japanese VA is Maya Sakamoto, who voiced Sarah in the original Land Before Time's Japanese dub, Kara in Metabots, Aura in Dot Hack Emok, Luna Maria in Gundam Seed Destiny, Haruhi in Ouran High School Host Club, Aegis in Persona 3, Chrono in Soul Eater, Mari in the Eva rebuilds, Lightning in the Final Fantasy XIII trilogy, Ciel in Black Butler, and many, many, many other roles. This is also going to be the first game in English where Aerith's name is localized as Aerith and not Eris, which is a whole controversy in and of itself at the time.
Oh. Gosh, are these the Heartless guys?
Let's go get him! Goofy!
The key!
And thus we have our first battle with a full party, because get this, the reason Donald and Goofy are so prominent already, they're your main party members. Goofy can best be looked at as a tank with high HP and defenses that does okay damage but can't use magic for shit. Meanwhile, Donald is the opposite. Low HP but does damage with magic from a long distance. In that regard, you can honestly look at Sora as your sort of fighter character in general RPG classes, but it really depends on what you build into with the dream weapons at the start of the game. With that said, time for our first real boss. This is the guard armor. This thing technically is made up of 5 different moving parts: the torso, the 2 legs, and the 2 hands. And they can each attack separately. The arms will either do a 1-2 punch combo or spin around in circles to try and do damage over a wide area. The legs will either stomp towards you or work alongside the body to jump up high and then become a bunch of rubble when it lands. And the body itself can just spin around in a circle if it wants to. You can just directly target the torso as that's the main target and where most of the HP is, but I recommend taking care of the legs and feet first for 2 reasons. 1, less attacks to worry about along the way, plus you might get an extra level from tech points off of the arms and feet if you interrupt them correctly. But also, each foot and individual hand can be destroyed to get HP orbs from them, so if you're running low on HP throughout the fight by trying to target something else, destroying them along the way might actively help you keep yourself alive, period. Worth noting, of course, if Sora's HP is reduced to 0, it's a game over, but if Donald or Goofy's HP is set to 0, they're just knocked out and will recover automatically after a few moments. I think how long might depend on the situation, though. With that said, you can revive them yourself at any point just by using something like a potion or a mega potion to restore them. Despite what young me really thought, this game has no outward Phoenix down item. Every healing item is counted as a revive if a party member is knocked out that's not you. And that's pretty much how it works the entire series. Due to that, you might be able to look at this game as sort of having Final Fantasy XIII syndrome in that regard, but since you have so much more control of the combat here, it's not that big of a deal. When you take out the feet of guard armor, you do normally have to use aerial combos to attack the torso or hands unless the torso is actively doing its spin attack around. But that's not too big of a deal because honestly, Sora is arguably more capable in aerial combat in the series than he is on the ground depending on the game, so use that where you can. Also, if you're familiar with the original Kingdom Hearts, but not Final Mix specifically, you're probably looking at guard armor and going, what happened to its color scheme? Largely in the series' Final Mixes, whenever an enemy shows up, they usually got their color scheme redone for visual variety. Guard armor in the original game was pretty much entirely purple, as seen here. The Brave Warrior accessory raises the equipped person's HP by 3 and strength by 1 with no defensive benefits, by the way.
So, you were looking for me?
They too have been seeking the wielder of the Keyblade.
Hey, why don't you come with us? We can go to other worlds on our vessel.
I wonder if I could find Riku and Kairi.
Of course.
Are you sure?
Who knows? But we need them to come with us to help us find the king.
Sora, go with them. Especially if you want to find your friends.
Yeah, I guess.
But you can't come along looking like that. Understand?
Oh?
No frowning, no sad face, okay?
Yeah, you gotta look funny, like us. Whoa.
This boat runs on happy faces.
Happy?
That's one funny face.
Okay, why not? I'll go with you guys.
Double duck.
Name's Goofy.
I'm Sora.
All for one, one for all.
That little squirt took down that Heartless. Who'd have thought it?
Such is the power of the Keyblade. The child's strength is not his own.
Why don't we turn him into a heartless? Ha ha ha! That'll settle things quick enough.
And the brats friends of a king's lackeys. Slug on the eyes, they're all bilge rats by the look of them.
You're no prize yourself.
Shut up!
Enough! The Keyblade has chosen him. Will it be he who conquers the darkness? Or will the darkness swallow him? Either way, he could be quite useful.
Make sure you're prepared for the journey ahead of you. We don't know how far the Heartless have spread. Check out the shops here. They've got some pretty neat stuff. This is from all of us. And you get 500 money. Spend it as you see fit. And this is from Leon. And you get an elixir which fully heals your HP and MP, but only if you beat Leon earlier in the game. Good luck! I hope you find your friends. Look out for each other. Keep your spirits up.
The gummy ship is outside that gate.
You can teleport to the gummy ship from save points. Open the save menu and select gummy ship. Not all save points that you board the gummy ship. The what?
That's our ship.
Wait till you see it.
Hold on. Sora, this is for you.
And we get our first magic spell in the game, Fire. Select magic to cast spells. To cast quickly, assign the spells from the shortcut buttons. Casting spells consumes MP. Using ethers or striking enemies replenishes MP.
Now you can use magic too. Goofy, give him that other thing.
What?
You know.
Oh, yeah. And Goofy gives us the dodge roll. Activate abilities by equipping them. Some abilities are used by pressing square. Others work automatically. Equip them in the abilities menu. Activating them requires AP, as we talked about already. Abilities allow you to do all sorts of things. Guess we should look for them along the way, huh?
Okay, is that it? Let's get going. Not till we're ready.
Well, I see big adventures coming their way. Looks like it's up to me to keep track of it all in my journal. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 5, we're going to take care of some last-minute business around Traverse Town before leaving off towards our first real world. See you guys then.